I guess first, how did it feel to be back out on the field? It's been a while since you were injured in practice, and I assume felt pretty good, but just what did it feel like to be back out and playing again on Saturday?
Yeah, I mean, obviously the game didn't go the way we wanted it to, but it really did feel amazing just to be back out there with everybody. You know, I had missed last we spoke. Actually, was the last time I was healthy, and then I got hurt at practice. Of course, missed 4 games. So, you know, once you come back and you get back into things, and you know, I was told that I was probably done for the season and needing surgery, and so it was really just a blessing to get back out there. And I really tried to, you know, soak it all in and just enjoy every moment. Basically, I mean, it's the most fun I've had at practice and probably all year. You know, getting back out there. So it really was a great feeling to be back out there for sure.
What was the injury again?
I tore my groin.
Okay.
Yeah, so that's what it was.
When you've missed so much time, I mean, I imagine it's a bit of a challenge to get back and feel. I mean, you feel you're close to 100%, or what would you rate yourself right now?
I'd say I'm probably about 85, 90. There's obviously quite a bit of pain. I mean, it's still torn. Obviously, it detached from the bone, so it's not exactly attached or anything. So with certain maneuvers and stuff, I definitely feel it. But as far as mobility-wise, I'm able to move around and stuff like that. I think the biggest challenge Saturday was honestly I'm just not in game shape, really. You know, after a couple plays in Emporia is a high-paced offense, so that was definitely a challenge to be my first game back, and they're flying up to the ball every single time. So I caught myself out there like, whew, you know, I'm not quite in the shape I used to be in. So that was a challenge, but I'm close, you know, to 100% and able to move around. I feel like close to what I was before I got hurt. So we're just going to keep pushing and finish this thing out.
How did you actually hurt yourself, and what was it like sitting out all that time? What did you do? And because you know you feel like you're part of the team, but not part of the team. How difficult was that time period?
Yeah, it was extremely difficult for me. In my whole career, I've missed 1 game back in high school for a separated shoulder, and that was it. So I've never had any serious injuries, thankfully, throughout my career. So missing 4 games was honestly terrible. Like, there's really no other way to put it. Not being out there with the guys and, you know, like trying to lead people, and when you're not able to do the things that they're doing, you know, you feel like, you know, I don't want to get onto a guy when I'm over here hurt standing on the sideline. So, you know, I would just try to do, you know, rehab. I'd go to do pool workouts with our trainer every single day and stuff, and just try and be involved, try to, you know, go through scouting reports, go through film just like I did, you know, when I was able to play. That way I'm involved. I know what we're doing, what we're trying to do. And just so I can kind of be a leader to some of those younger guys who, you know, are getting to play more and have opportunities and stuff, and just kind of being there for them. So I kind of took it as an opportunity to try and be a little bit more of a coach almost for 4 weeks than anything, but it was hard for sure.
How did you suffer the injury, and did you know immediately, like, uh-oh, this is bad, or did you find out later on that the seriousness of it?
Yeah, I've always dealt with hip pain. I have like genetically bad hips, so when I did it, actually, I was just we were running plays. It was actually my second to last rep at practice, and I was guarding an out route, and I just kind of broke, and I felt something just, you know, pull or pop or whatever, and I just went to the ground, and I knew immediately that I had done something more serious than like what I usually, you know, have for pain. So I knew pretty much right away, and I just kind of like forced myself to get off the ground and walk off because I didn't want to be that guy sitting in the middle of practice laying on the ground. And at the time, I didn't know how bad it was going to be. And then I mean, obviously practice was over in about 5 minutes. I went and saw the trainer, and I was already all swollen up and stuff. And that's when I kind of knew it was something serious and something I needed to get looked at.
About the importance of Saturday, Senior Day, obviously you want to do well for the seniors, but just for the program to try to find a way to get back on track and maybe finish this thing strong.
Yeah, obviously. I mean, you want to get any win you can. I mean, every week is like a new week at this point. You know, we've kind of stressed like going day by day. So this is just another opportunity for us to go and try and get a win. And for Senior Day to send out, you know, we've got a lot of guys who have played a remarkable amount of snaps on this team. You know, with the COVID year, 60-year guys that came back and could have been done, decided to come back 1 more year. So I feel like it's super important to send everyone off on a right note. And you know, I'm walking as well for Senior Day, so it's just something I want to go out on with a win. You know, obviously there'll be a lot of family here and stuff like that, so it's super important just to get one last home win too for the season. You know, for our fans and stuff. Obviously, it's been a rough year, so when you can pick up a win at home, it's always, it's encouraging.
It hasn't been the season that anybody envisioned on the team. And how have you dealt with that as the season's gone along? Because it can't be easy, I would think, going through that process.
Yeah. I kind of look at it as lessons now, that I've gotten older. I mean, me and Adrian have been here since, our first year we won a conference championship, and now obviously we're having a rough year. So we've kind of seen it all, and, through it all, this game has taught me so many lessons and stuff, and I kind of look at it now as, this is just another lesson for me to kind of build off of and, take into my life. And, when things are down in the dumps, basically, how are you going to respond, and how's your attitude going to be in everything, that you do. So it's kind of just something that I'm using to, kind of use as a life lesson, basically, and just keep attacking, keep going at things the way I always do, no matter the situation. So it's kind of been more of a lesson this year than anything. Obviously, I want it that way. I'd rather it all be good and jolly, but, it's just something that I'm trying to use to build off of, really.
When you got that injury, was there a concern that you wouldn't be able to return to the field this year?
Yeah.
Or did you have to really rehab strong to get to this point?
Yeah, so right away we had to get in and get an MRI done, and once we saw that it was it just tore off the bone, basically. So my trainer, our doctor here in Hayes, told me basically that, that was probably it for me. I was going to have season-ending surgery, and obviously that's not the way I want to go out, not the way anybody wants to go out. So we got a second opinion. I talked to a doctor I knew back home in Topeka, that's a family friend, and he told me that, there's a chance you don't need surgery. It's such a crazy surgery with where it's at and stuff like that. So I thought they sent me over to Kansas City to talk to another doctor, and he basically said the same thing the doctor I talked to said. And basically, it was another opportunity for me to come back and play. So I obviously took it and decided not to get surgery. And I've been rehabbing, doing a couple of things of rehab every single day with the pool and some of the different stuff that our trainer has us do. And after about 4 weeks, really, it took a while, longer than I wanted it to, but I was able to get to where it was comfortable enough to play, deal with the pain, and so that's basically what I did.
How did you deal with that rehab process?
Mm-hmm.
Is it like, man, I don't want to do this?
Yeah.
Or what was that whole thing like? Because you have to do it really
Mm-hmm.
hard every day.
Yeah, it's definitely different. Like I said, I've never had a serious injury before, so it was completely new to me, and I'm someone who, I enjoy practice. I go out there, and I'm pretty much crazy at practice the whole time, having a great time. So it was different for sure. Going away from practice, because I'd leave at the beginning of practice to go do pool workouts and stuff like that, and obviously I'd much rather be at practice than swimming around in the pool doing whatever. And then I basically had my whole mornings were just training room, going over to Cunningham and doing laser treatment, and then I'd have pool workout at 12:30, pool workout during practice. So I can't say it was a whole lot of fun, but I knew it was something I needed to do to get back out there as soon as possible. So I took it really seriously, and obviously when they told me I had a chance to play again, I felt more motivated than ever to get back out there, after kind of being down in the dumps about the news. So yeah, it was just something I really tried to attack every day. It wasn't the most fun thing in the world for sure, but just something I had to do, really.